In just 9 minutes, get the most valuable insights from the 2-hour-long podcast with Mr. Beast and Stephen Bartlett. Mr. Beast reveals losing millions on Beast games, the dark side of success, his insane work ethic, and the price of helping people. Stay till the end. You won't want to miss this. Here are the key takeaways from the podcast. Takeaway 1. Obsession leads to success. Mr. Beast believes the main reason he is successful is because of his extreme obsession with YouTube. He is able to focus on one thing for hours, days, and even years without losing interest. Instead of switching between multiple tasks, he prefers deep focus on solving one problem at a time. He spent years studying the YouTube algorithm, analyzing why certain videos perform well and what makes them go viral. His ability to obsess over every small detail, from thumbnail design to storytelling, is what sets him apart from other creators. For example, he recalls a time when he and his friends spent 18 hours straight on a Skype call, reverse engineering YouTube videos to understand how to make the best content possible. While most people would burn out, he finds joy in this level of dedication. Do you have something you're obsessed with? Comment below on what you could spend hours thinking about. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2, helping people brings more hate. Mr. Beast has done several philanthropic projects, such as curing blindness, planting trees, and building wells in Africa. He finds it strange that the more good he does, the more criticism he receives. Some people assume he only helps others for personal gain or views, even though he does not make much money from those videos. He believes people in today's world are conditioned to be skeptical when someone does something good. Despite the negativity, he continues doing charity-focused videos because he genuinely enjoys making a positive impact. For example, when he built wells to provide clean drinking water to people in Africa, he was met with online hate instead of appreciation. Meanwhile, another YouTuber who bought an expensive sports car was widely praised. This irony frustrates him, but he has learned to ignore it. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3. Losing tens of millions on Beast games. Mr. Beast revealed that Beast games was the most expensive project he had ever done, costing him tens of millions of dollars. The production required massive sets, expensive equipment, and a huge team to run everything. He did not expect the cost to rise so high, but once the project started, he was too deep in to stop. The competition show was inspired by Squid Game, but he wanted to take it to another level with more exciting and unique challenges. Even though it was a financial loss, he believes it was worth it because it created amazing content. For example, he compared Beast games to a black hole that kept sucking in more and more money. Every time he thought he had spent enough, another unexpected cost appeared. He admits he lost a fortune on it, but in the end, his goal was to make one of the most entertaining YouTube shows ever. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Workaholism is his superpower. Mr. Beast works almost every waking hour, often sacrificing sleep, exercise, and free time. He believes that the ability to push through exhaustion is one of the biggest advantages he has over others. He admits that he often feels miserable, but he accepts it as part of the journey to success. He believes that very few people are willing to work at his level, which is why his success is so unique. His intense work schedule sometimes causes him to feel burnt out, but he keeps going because he is driven by a bigger purpose. For example, during Beast games, his schedule was so packed that he had to give up his daily workouts and barely got any sleep. Despite knowing this was unhealthy, he chose to prioritize the show because he felt it was a once-in-a-lifetime project. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. Hiring the right people is everything. Mr. Beast believes that surrounding himself with the right people is one of the biggest keys to his success. He only hires people who are obsessed with their work, just like he is. He invests heavily in training his employees and expects them to stay long-term. He avoids working with average or C-level employees because they bring down the energy of the entire team. He has learned from past hiring mistakes and now brings in experienced professionals to help scale his businesses. For example, his lead writer Tyler started out learning from Mr. Beast for years. Now Tyler can write and direct entire videos without Mr. Beast needing to review every little detail, which saves time and improves efficiency. We're halfway through the video. Thank you for sticking with us this far. If you're enjoying it, please give us a thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to comment below. To see more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. Mental health takes a backseat. He admits that his mental health has suffered due to his extreme work ethic. He has faced severe burnout, but he continues pushing forward. He has received thousands of hateful messages, but he no longer lets them affect him. He believes that if his mental health was perfect, he wouldn't be as successful. For example, he once spent 7 days in complete isolation for a video and described it as miserable. He has also cried after seeing negative comments, but he refuses to slow down. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Focus on long-term growth. He reinvests almost all his earnings back into his businesses. Instead of paying himself a large salary, he prefers to grow his companies. He believes money is simply fuel for creating bigger and better content. He does not see a limit to how big he wants to scale his empire. For example, when he first started making money, his mom secretly saved $5,000 from his earnings because she was worried he was spending too much. When he found out, he was excited because it meant he could reinvest even more into videos. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Success requires sacrifices. MrBeast admits that he does not have a normal life. He has very little free time and rarely does things just for fun. His personal relationships, hobbies, and even health often come second to his work. Despite this, he sees it as the price he must pay to achieve his goals. For example, when asked if he plays video games for fun, he said he sometimes wants to, but then he checks his schedule and realizes he won't have time for another 4 days. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. The YouTube treadmill never stops. Once you start growing on YouTube, you can never stop uploading. The pressure to constantly create new content can be overwhelming. He has thought about quitting multiple times but knows he would never actually do it. He believes his competitive nature keeps him going despite the challenges. For example, he compared YouTube to running on a treadmill at full speed. If you slow down, you fall off, so you just have to keep running faster and faster. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. His relationship is unusually supportive. His fiancée, Thea, understands and supports his workaholic lifestyle. She adapts her schedule to match his so they can spend time together. They share similar interests, making their time together frictionless. He acknowledges that finding a partner who fits into his life is rare. For example, he joked that being with Thea is great because she is his best friend and she is hot. A rare combination, according to him. Here is a brief introduction about MrBeast. MrBeast is the world's most successful YouTuber, media personality, and businessman. He is also the host of Beast Games, the largest reality competition show where 1,000 people compete for the biggest cash prize in entertainment history, $10 million. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this summary of Stephen Bartlett podcast with MrBeast informative. If you're interested in learning more about these topics, I encourage you to watch the full podcast on YouTube by clicking on the link in the description. If you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like below and share this video in your WhatsApp groups. You can also discuss about this video by commenting below. To get more such videos in your timeline, press the subscribe button below.